Sabes que ya llevo un rato mirándote. Tengo que bailar contigo hoy. Vi que tu mirada ya estaba llamándome.
Hello friends and welcome to Learn Easy. This is Tushar Gupta here, and in this video we would be learning about the human brain. So let's start. What is the human brain, or what is the brain? The brain, Dimag, is an organ in the body, in the head, that controls functions, movements, sensations and thoughts. It is the main coordinating head of the body. For further explanation in this concept for this brain, let's first understand what the nervous system is. So, going by the name, the nervous system, nervous, N-E-R-V-O-U-S, nervous, nerves से बना हुआ system. Nervous system is an arrangement of nerves, and nerves, they are the collections of neurons. Neurons are the basic building blocks of nerves, or the cells of nerves. A neuron consists of a dendrite tip to a cell body, cyton, which is further connected to the axon, and the axon ends up as nerve endings. So the nervous system is of two types. It is classified as the central nervous system, CNS, and the peripheral nervous system, PNS. So we would be learning about these two, the parts of these two in this video. The main part, the brain. So the central nervous system has two parts, that is the brain and the spinal cord, whereas the peripheral nervous system, also having two parts, is having the nerves spread out in the body. The brain is the main part of the central nervous system, and the brain is connected with the spinal cord, as the brain is located at the top of the spinal cord. So the brain is present in the head, fine, but the head is hard. That means something protects the brain, right? So that hard thing is definitely a bone, because everything protected in our body is made up of bones. Find the protection, bones or fluids. Fine. So the bone is a skull, and the skull is not a single bone. It is made up of many bones. One part is the lower part, jaw part, and the other one is the top part. The brain is located at the top of the spinal cord, as I told you just a few seconds ago. So one level of protection is not enough for this super delicate and highly complex organ. Fine. The brain is very super delicate, and it needs something higher protection. So the brain is placed in a bony box, a box made up of bones, and the box is cranium. This cranium is inside the skull. But this much is also not sufficient. So the brain needs a further higher security level. So this brain, the organ, is surrounded by 3 layers of meninges. Okay. So understanding the brain is easy. Imagine you have to gift someone. You are to gift some gift to someone, right? But the box is bigger than the gift that you are to give. So what will you do? The box is bigger than the gift. Either you would put that box in a smaller box, but the smaller box is not available. So you would have to put something to protect that box. Or have you ever unboxed or seen the unboxing of a refrigerator or a TV or something like electronic gadgets which is fragile? So you might have observed that there is a thermocol protection layer, thick sheets of thermocol, and a bubble wrap around the object. So this same case, your brain. So the same is with your brain. Now we have the level of security. The space between and the skull is filled with cerebrospinal fluid, which protects the brain from any kind of fine. So the is having 3 types, major parts. Fine. From, if you see it from the top, then it is having two parts, that is the left brain and the right brain. But in biology, if we are going to study, then we are going to study only about the internal parts. So they are the partitions of the brain. They are forebrain, which contains cerebellum, midbrain, which has no further division, and then the last part which we have in the brain is the hindbrain. So the hindbrain is the last part of the brain. Fine, the hindbrain is the last part of the brain, which contains three parts, namely medulla oblongata or medulla oblongata, cerebellum, and pons. So we would be studying about their functions. So the forebrain is maximum, it is the most important part, as it is the thinking part of the brain, and it is the cerebrum. As mentioned earlier, as we have talked earlier, the midbrain has no further divisions. Fine, the midbrain is not divided into any further parts. The midbrain is the only part which is not having any further division in the brain. The hindbrain, the brain which is located at the back side, consists of the cerebrum, the smaller part, pons, and medulla oblongata or medulla oblongatus, or simply medulla. Cerebrum is 80% of the whole brain. Cerebrum, which is the forebrain, is 80% of the whole brain. That is, the maximum part is forebrain. Before coming to the next topic, let's learn about voluntary and involuntary actions.
Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much.
So, voluntary actions. What do you mean by voluntary? If you are volunteering to do something, you wish to do something, right? If you are willing to do something, then it is a voluntary action. The things, the actions which are under our control, just like speaking, talking, kicking, playing, teaching, shouting, or even exercising. These types of activities, they are voluntary actions. You might have listened to some soldiers or even your class in class talking about please volunteer for yourself for these duties or something like that. Do this task or that. So what the teacher means, do this task if you wish to do. So that your body, if you wish to do something, your brain helps in doing that thing. Fine. If you wish to talk, your brain tells you that yes, you have to move your tongue, you have to move your lower jaw like this up and down, so that you could talk. All these activities which are shown in the slide, all the activities like talking, teaching, shouting, cycling, painting, exercising, giving the answers to teachers are voluntary actions. Involuntary actions. What do you mean by involuntary? Involuntary is when you are not at all willing to do. It is like totally natural. The actions which are not under our control. So what are they? The examples are the blinking of eye and the beating of the heart. The heart is beating on its own. We do not tell the heart to beat, or neither we have to tell the eyes that you are to blink. Fine. So please observe the structure of the brain as it is depicted in this image. And in this image, we have not got the labeling of medulla oblongatus. So let's see. We have got the cerebrum, we have got cerebellum, we have got pituitary gland, which we would be studying further as it secretes growth hormones. The brain stem connects the brain with the spinal cord, and hypothalamus is also present. It is also a gland which secretes some hormones. So now let's talk about the functions of the parts of the brain. So the functions of medulla oblongata, medulla oblongatus, or simply medulla are the number one function: regulation of blood pressure. The medulla oblongatus or medulla oblongata, they regulate the blood pressure. Salivation, that is muh mein pani aana. When you see something of your favorite, you just secrete something salivary in your mouth, and that is called salivation. Then we have vomiting. Sometimes you just smell something bad which is foul and you vomit. Then the next function is swelling. When you get hit, you get swelling just because of this medulla oblongata. Then we have coughing, when you smell something bad, which is unpleasant and is like it irritates your throat, you just cough. Sneezing, when you have something irritating your nose, it just irritates your nose and the hair particles and hair parts and mucus, you sneeze. So the PONS, the next part, PONS regulates respiration. So respiration is when we do respiring and we take an action on that. So the cerebellum helps in doing the following activities. Number 1, walking in a straight line. So you walk in a straight line just because of the presence of your cerebellum. Second part, you ride a bicycle in a straight line and perfectly maintaining your balance is just because of your cerebellum. Number 3, picking up pencil. Picking up a pencil in the correct form is just because of your cerebellum. Therefore, the cerebellum helps in regulating all the voluntary actions. So whatever you do by thinking, it is all regulated by your cerebellum. So the cerebellum is responsible for the precision of voluntary actions and maintaining the posture and balance of the body. If you are sitting and watching the video, then your cerebellum has given you the permission that yes, you have to sit like this and you have to watch the video with this much consciousness. If you are sleeping while watching the video, then it's your brain which is saying you, yes, you have to sleep, you are tired now, you have to sleep and you have to enjoy by sleeping. So the cerebrum helps in thinking, hearing, smelling and seeing. So whatever you do by voluntary thinking is just because of the cerebrum, and cerebellum helps in accomplishing that goal. So this is the image of what your real human brain looks like. And that is it. Here the video ends, and thank you for watching. Hope you have subscribed to the channel and like this video if you like the content. Thank you.